So Prey 2 announced at E3 2011, where you play as Killian Samuels, which is a phenomenal name. Let's just give him credit where credit's due. And you're a bounty hunter chasing down targets, I suppose is what it is. Now, this eventually was like shut down. This never saw the light of day, which is a bummer because this thing looks pretty good. E3, dude, I miss E3. I'm gonna eat my Uncrustable. Ooh.
You wired me awake and hit me with a hand of broken nails. You tied my lead and pulled my.
Is this gonna get us struck?
Blood began to boil.
Probably. This looks so badass.
But I'm gonna break. I'm gonna break my. Gonna break my rusty cage and run.
Killian finally tracked me down, huh? Somebody shoot this motherfucker.
Gonna break my rusty cage and run.
Get out of my way!
Target has teleport capability.
To be fair, if it launched in like 2013 or 14, like it would not have looked anything like this. But thematically, it looks badass, dude. Whatever happened to this?
Radway enabled. Target is escaping.
When the forest burns,
I felt that one.
Capture device enabled.
No, no, wait! I pay double, triple! They're using
looking for their bones, and it's raining ice picks on your steel shore.
Homing rockets enabled.
I'm gonna break my. Gonna break my rusty cage.
Target identified.
That looks awesome. That looks freaking awesome. Whatever happened to it? So I just went to the almighty source of all truth and knowledge, Wikipedia, and they have a breakdown of roughly what happened. For unstated reasons, Human Head had quietly stopped development of Prey 2 near the end of 2011 after having spent nearly 2 years of development on the title. Reinhardt, who I'm assuming is like the game's, one of the game's directors or something. Oh yeah, he is the director. Okay. He said that at this point, quote, it was very close to an alpha state with all major content pieces represented, and that they were at the point where as developer would start working more closely with the publisher to determine what elements to keep or trim to progress further. Norm something of Human Head believed they had added much more content and technical innovations to the title as to make it, quote, one of the best looking games of the then current console generation. Another employee, Jason Blair, who had worked on narrative elements of Prey 2, said that the reasons for ending development were political and petty. Weird. Okay. Issues regarding the development were not reported to the public at large, and due to a lack of direct information from either Bethesda or Human Head, many considered Prey 2 to have entered development hell and creating speculation at its fate. In March of 2012, rumors of Prey 2's cancellation began to circle. Neither ZeniMax or Bethesda commented on this rumor. Instead, the following month, they stated the game would be delayed and failed to make the 2012 release date, though no new release window was given. Bethesda stated, quote, the game's development had not progressed satisfactorily, and that, quote, the game did not currently meet their quality standards. Further concerns were raised when Bethesda removed Prey 2 from their website. That's always like, oh God, when they remove it from the site of like upcoming projects. They removed it in August of 2012, stating to Eurogamer that for the present they needed to focus on upcoming titles, which suggests Prey 2 is just not upcoming. It's just, it's not a thing. Just everybody shut up, basically. Kotaku reported in May of 2013 that development on Prey 2 had moved to Austin, Texas, where all games go to die. I mean, when you think about it, we just recently have had Fallout 76 from BGS Austin, and then we had Redfall from Arcane Austin. It just seems like Austin is cursed. And that was under a division of Arcane Studios. Makes sense. Same guys who at the time were completing their work on Dishonored. Kotaku's report claimed that because of the rumored split between Human Head and Bethesda had been quote unquote shopping around for a developer to pick up the title. So like they basically just ran into development trouble. And then like some developers were saying it was petty and stupid why it got canceled. Pete Hines said that, quote, it was a game we believed in, but we never felt that it got to where it needed to be. We never saw a path to success if we finished it. It wasn't up to our quality standard, and we decided to cancel it. It's no longer in development. That wasn't an easy decision, but it's one that won't surprise many folks given that we've been talking about it. Human Head Studios is no longer working on it. It's a franchise we still believe we can do something with. We just need to see what that something is. So they just walked away from it. I wonder what it was like, dude. I wonder how bad could it have been? There's gameplay, allegedly. Let's see. Prey 2 demo. So this is the gameplay that they shared around that same time on the 360. Dude, for a 360 title, this really isn't that bad. Playing as like your standard bounty hunter. Okay, so you have targets, you run around. It's crazy to think that this is already like well over a decade old. Artistically, it looks gorgeous. It somehow manages to live up to the same like visual standard of the trailer. Of course, not as like high fidelity, but in terms of art style, it's not one of those like totally separate things where you see the trailer and then you see the gameplay and you're like, what is this? Is this the same thing? I mean, honestly, pretty good for a 2011, 2012 game. Like definitely from that era, but not bad.
Your reputation precedes you. They said you were stupid. I'll give you the info, but you can expect me to call in a favor down the line. Now, lower your gun. Leave me.
Dude, I mean, this looks pretty good and it seems to be running. Now, this guy's saying like, how did this not meet Bethesda's quality standards? These can always be a little deceptive, right? Like this is a vertical slice. This is probably something they developed specifically for like E3 2011? They just showed it. But yeah, E3 2011. So this was probably something that was like very carefully crafted and arranged and scripted in a lot of cases. It's not necessarily just like a straight hour segment or 20-minute segment of the game. So it could be that like this is all the game was, and after they showed it off at E3 2011, they're like, yeah, well, how do we fill out another 10 hours? Like, this is all we have. It's just this, just going and grabbing guys. And I mean, you never know. They can show you a really compelling 15 minutes. Oh God, dude, did you see that? Oh no. I mean, he's a alien body shield. That's going to happen. So you just never know. A 20-minute cut of a game can look awesome, but you have to ask yourself, like, if that's all you get and it's that 20-minute thing repeated for 15 hours, is it still awesome? And in some cases, it's just not. It just doesn't work. And so you never know. But like, I guess I tend to lean more into the philosophy that big business guys don't like canceling stuff if they can help it. They would much rather shove it out and recover a little bit of that investment rather than just canceling it quickly. So when I see a multi-million or multi-billion-dollar corporation cancel a project that's been in the works for years and years, and they say it wasn't working, usually I would lean into they're probably seeing something that really worried them and that they thought could harm their reputation, or it just would sell terribly. The other piece of it is if you spend, like back in the day, if you spent like $15-20 million on the development of a game, you would also have to spend millions on marketing. And so you might look at the numbers and be like, oh, we could probably recover our development costs, but you also have to recover marketing costs. And it could be something where it's like they just can't make the math work out, and so they just walk away before they dig themselves in even deeper. So that could be it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm naive or something, but I just tend to, if I don't know details, I tend to just go with the idea that there probably was a good reason why they wanted to cancel it. If they spent years and millions developing it, for them to walk away at that point, there must have been a really good reason. Sometimes, granted, sometimes there's not. Sometimes they just cancel a really good, promising game when they shouldn't have. But usually, like, shocker, like big money business guys who only care about the bottom line, they don't want to just waste money and cancel stuff if they could potentially recover some of the investment. So for them to cancel usually shows that something was really, really wrong. He took my thing.